train by day, fucking podcast by night, all day.
We haven't done a solo
in a while.
pod in
That's the cue always.
So it's good.
C&B Podcast, episode 11. Finally got, we can finally see ourselves now.
Yeah, we could have turned the camera.
We got a new
around.
camera. It's like, no.
We could have turned the screen to like avoid a lot of conflicts, and we're just not realizing.
Well,
I'm just not realizing.
No, we are both. I'm actually happy you just said that too, because I was thinking about this before you came. I was like, man, this is episode, like you said, this is probably like episode 12. If we, serious question, if you look back to like episode 1 and 2, like, does this feel more just like, I guess, easier?
Yeah, easier to do. You just like start talking. It's just talking.
I don't know. I think it's more routine. I guess is really what I was trying to get at. Like, it's such a routine now, in a good way. Like we just know the process.
Yeah.
I kind of want to change. I want to switch up eventually though. I want to have an open couch.
But I feel like we should do the corner.
Like a open couch setup. Yeah, you're right. This background is pretty fire. You're right. We should do that.
The corner would be nice.
Yeah.
And that way we could, like, it would be a lot more comfortable when talking to each other. You kind of, like, instead of me, you like this.
Wait,
like
I have an idea. Do you want to try it right now?
No.
You don't want to move the camera at all and just try right now? I think it'd be a good idea. We could literally just, it'll take less than a minute. We just switch this. I just got to move the keyboard out the way, and then we snap our fingers, and the angle's better. And
wait, but we have to clean all that stuff. Like, move all of that.
No, we'll keep the TV here. We just got to move the blankets out of the way. We'll put the blankets
So you're saying just sit on that couch?
You be on this couch, I'll be on this couch. You can be laid back on that couch, like you do here, and I'll just be right here. And we have the mic on the center table. We can keep the TV here. It's kind of fire. It's a 1990s TV on some Zenith shit.
Alright, but that shit gotta go.
We just move the blankets. We'll put it right here. Snap the fingers.
Alright.
1, 2, ready.
That's magic right there.
That's good editing.
That's
Alright, so we're back. So you know, I don't know. That was a spontaneous.
I'm really chill now.
See, it's a spontaneous decision, but I think it's better. I was thinking about it, like.
I've been thinking about the corner.
I just been thinking about like open. This probably feels better too, like based off what we were just talking about.
Yeah, like because now it's like we're kind of more angled at each other.
It's gonna be good, and then Javi walks in. It'll be a good. Oh yeah, Javi's gonna be on the podcast.
He might come through. He
you
doesn't
don't
even
know?
answer me. I didn't even grab my phone either. What's going on?
Gavy.
Yeah, Gavy.
Oh, that's like gravy. Fucking
Could be that too because he's fat. I'm fat.
Yeah, you stopped taking perks.
Yeah, he gotta start hitting.
But that's what
perks.
I'm saying. Once he comes here, we can see like he'll probably sit like right there.
Yeah, we can like angle
Right
it a
there.
little more, back it up some.
Right there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I saw a thing about this one guy who makes podcasts where he does animations on the podcast sometimes. Like, he'll do little drawings of, like, stupid animations doing funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then also he does things where he'll, like, do that snap thing. And people, like, shirts, clothes will be switched or something like bullshit. And then Andrew Schultz did it. And then the guy, like, called him out and said he copied him.
What did Andrew Schultz do?
Andrew Schultz did a thing where, like, him and, I forget who it was, some other white comedian, he was like, let's snap and switch clothes, and he did it, and they did it. And earlier in the podcast, or during a different Andrew Schultz podcast, his guy behind the camera was like, check out this guy's podcast where he does animations and innovative shit, it's kind of cool. And then Andrew Schultz jokingly was like, yeah, we'll take that shit. Just don't give him credit. Don't give him credit as a joke. Like, saying that shit. And then later on, he did a snap thing. So the guy on the podcast was like, yo, fucking Andrew Schultz took my shit. And I don't think he was necessarily
he didn't do some innovative ass shit.
Yeah,
like, people have done that before.
That's why I kind of wanted to do that right there. The camera angle switch kind of just came up in my head right now, like, to do it. But then I thought about that. Because, like, yeah,
I didn't know about that, and I brought up the corner.
Exactly.
So.
But yeah, even that. But like, that's what I'm saying. It's just I just don't get why the guy was like, I don't know if he was mad per se, but he did make a whole video about it.
What a bitch.
And Andrew Schultz, and shout out to him because he even doubled down on it while he first saw it. He's like, he literally jokingly was like, oh yeah, but don't give him credit. Like, we're gonna do some shit like that. But don't give him credit. Let's cut this out.
That's fucked. I guess if you look at it like that, that's kind of fucked up. But
it was funny how he said it. He was joking. Right, it was funny how he said this shit.
He's a fucking comedian. He was joking.
Yeah, I know. I thought that shit was funny, but also on top of that, I guess to build off of that, we should totally try that shit too. Like maybe put like art, like an animation.
I could bring we could start putting can we put signs up here and shit?
Yeah.
Like
well, I don't know. I kind of like. I feel like the background's so tough, but we could use it in a better advantageous way from I don't know, like a different angle. But that's besides the point. But yeah, of course we could put shit up here.
Bet. Cause I got a sign. I got a Whiskey Bottom sign.
Whiskey Bottom, like a street sign.
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta steal mine. I gotta take like Skaggsville Road. Yeah. I gotta take Skaggsville Road.
I wanted to steal the one that's. You remember when we used to go to Daniel's Dam?
Yeah.
That road is called Daniel's Road. And
Yeah.
I wanted to go take it one day. That'd be fire. All you need is a fucking ratchet socket.
Yeah, I remember my brother and my neighbor back in the day tried taking the Cardinal Forest one, but they didn't.
Cardinal Forest is pretty gay though.
That is pretty whack. I'd take Skaggsville Road.
Whiskey
or
Bottom is
Old
hard.
Skaggsville Road would be hard.
That would be hard because that's like a main.
I love that road.
Yeah.
It's a good road.
And technically that's 216.
Yeah, you know, I was just talking to my dad about that recently, about how back in the day, I feel like as late as like the 80s, that 216 didn't go through, like
216 was built like while we were alive. Bro.
Yeah, there was more farmland, remember?
Yeah.
Like, especially up by Reservoir, but that's what I'm saying.
To get to Reservoir, you'd take go
you had to
through
go
the back
around,
roads.
exactly.
You go through the back
Exactly. I had to take the Reservoir Road or get onto 29.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How much the world around you has developed in your own lifetime is a crazy thing to think about.
Well, even
like there used to be a lot more farms and shit around here.
Should be fast. Should be so quick.
Them Mexicans be putting shit up quick.
But I heard, shouldn't they be taking their long ass time though? If they're like contractors and shit, and they get paid on the time, like about time and shit.
It depends if you're.
I feel like they do that.
Depends if you're getting paid. Not everyone gets paid hourly. You get paid for the job. Some people, it's like you get paid.
Yeah, obviously that's probably a direct result of whether it goes fast or not.
And if you finish quicker, you could get a bonus because I mean, like finishing quicker, even if you might like, I guess if you're thinking like hourly, but you're gonna start a new job quicker.
You could build a house.
Could I personally build a house? I could. Yeah, I don't know how to do it right now, but if I saw.
You think we should build a house?
No.
Well, that's not a good
I'm
idea.
definitely building my own house.
You plan on doing that?
Yeah.
Like buy property and build your own house?
Yeah.
How long do you think it'll take?
A couple months.
How big is it gonna be?
Pretty fat. In my
House?
imagination.
How much do you think you pay for like lumber and shit? Like over $50,000?
Let's say you buy a house. If
you buy
there's
property,
houses that sell. Listen, there's houses that sell in Maple on the new ones for $700,000, right?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
On that property. Let's just using that as a price point because
obviously, yeah. Houses right now are ridiculous anyway. Like
using
crazy.
that, you can imagine that the actual building of the house maybe costs around like $400,000 to $500,000, and the rest of that,
that's more than I thought it'd be.
Why?
I thought it'd be cheaper.
Nah, that's definitely gonna be very.
$400,000
to build, like if you're adding like plumbing and everything and like.
That's more than I thought it'd be.
Building the house from I'm saying one of those. I'm saying like a fat house. Let's say that's not a good example because those houses are just overpriced.
Just talk about a medium-sized family home.
A medium-sized family home, all right.
Like a 2,000 square footer or a 1,500 square footer.
I'd say like probably around like if that house would typically sell around like $400,000 or $500,000.
Is this misinformation right now? Everybody's saying
but I'm saying.
Like, I know. I'm listening. Yeah. Right now. Yeah, like labor, a house that costs like $500, $400, $600.
On materials and labor, you're probably spending like $250, $200.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buy a house.
If you're doing a cheaper job, you could get cheaper people, maybe cut some corners there. I'm saying it's like about like a little more than half. I'd say like around like 60%.
I'm talking about pure resources. I'm not talking about paying for labor to build a house. I'm talking about how much is the materials of a house to build a house. I'm talking about lumber for the structure, siding.
And without
roofing.
labor, then maybe like it'd be hard to put a number. Maybe like for like a $500,000 home, I'd say maybe like $150 grand.
I don't even know what to search up. Like,
on just labor.
How much does the resources
to build a house cost? I can't wait to be way off. This is what we do every episode.
This involves labors. What do you say?
I love that we do this every episode, like where I just say some shit and we go to look it up and it's like, no, you were off by a mile.
No. What you said is right about the. Oh yeah, the first thing is talking about labor and all that. It says it costs about $80 to $130 per square foot to build a house in Maryland. So you would have to spend $160,000 to $300,000 to build a 2,000 square foot home. You hit it on the nail on the head.
Right.
But that says these costs will vary depending on exact location, property types, labor costs, material costs. I'm talking about just material costs.
Okay, so
I'm just talking about material. Well, now that it says material costs, I'm gonna search that up.
Basically, what I was saying is that like, off the top, like if you're selling a $700,000 home, off the top maybe 300 of that is going to like other people.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah, exactly.
The
you were
estate,
right. You were right.
The taxes, everything.
I found something though. The average material cost to build a house is around $50 to $60 per square foot. It's $50 to $60. This equates to the following material costs to build a house of different sizes. 1,000 square foot home, the materials only cost $50,000 to $60,000. So $75,000 to $90,000 for a 1,500 square foot home. That's what I was trying to get at, and that. So like, if you were on some like, I mean, you probably just can't do that nowadays. You'd have to get like probably pay a lot of money for the legal process of doing it. But if
it's definitely a lot cheaper.
Say like back in the day, like these costs were still a thing. Like, and you're in the Wild West, and you could build your own house. I knew that was gonna happen. That you're just gonna build your own house. I would do that. I'd pay $50,000 and I'd build the house.
Yeah.
And then now I got a whole home, and then you could probably even sell it if you want.
That was my point. I'm saying that like, so I guess now we know. Let's just break down these maple lawn houses. So they're selling for $700K. First of all, they're just overpriced because of the location. But they like, cause those are like regular $400,000 homes that you could find in like Laurel or something, right? So, $300,000 of that is already just people making money off of location, which has nothing to do with the building costs. And then I'd say like another $250,000 off of that would be like paying like the closing fees. I'm like paying like people getting money off of it, because labor and everything probably only costs $200K, like you just said. Yeah. So that's a $500,000 profit on each one of those houses.
And
like
that's what I'm saying about like. Shout out
just
Dusty.
build a neighborhood, bro.
We should try to get Dusty on this podcast.
What does Dusty do?
Dusty's
like contracting, right?
Well, Dusty's family they've been at a company called Modern Home Design, which is pure like building of like homes. And then I think his sister like did I don't know what they call it. They branch off a subsidiary. I don't know what the fucking business words is. More misinformation. But she started like a real estate, so now they work hand in hand. They build homes and then sell them too.
That's tough.
And
that's tough. That's the biggest.
And I remember when we were kids, bro. Dusty would just be like, "I'm not going to college. Like, I'm learning how to build a home." And like, that's what I'm just thinking. Like, they put up $50,000, build a home, which they've been doing their whole lives, and then sell it for real estate. Sell for like $700,000, bro.
Yeah.
That's how much. Why not just learn to build a home?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm about to ask Dusty to work for him or something.
That's good money, bro.
I want to work for him.
Flipping homes is like a start to that.
I'm about to ask him to
like
work. I'm about to get him on the podcast and then ask to work for him.
That's a good thing about the shit that I know how to do. Like I could.
Yeah, you do all the interior already, right?
When I plan on getting like a crib and like a shitty crib and fix it up, because like you said, I don't have to pay anyone for labor for that shit. I can really just do everything in there.
You want to help? You know what's funny? Damn, this just
maybe like electricity.
This just brought me into a big realization. Like, especially since the housing market's so bad, like. I've been talking about, like, getting this basement redone. And I'm like, I don't know how to fucking do that. Pay you. How much would it cost to completely restore, like, do, what's it called?
Floor?
No, you strip the floors, but also do, sterilization, because it's probably got fucking mildew. You be doing that shit?
I wouldn't do that.
You guys just
like,
do...
contract someone to do that.
So what do you do? What is your specific thing? Like, y'all do, like... What's it called?
Why you go hammer and chisel?
You be doing interior craft work. Like you be doing you'll strip a whole hallway. You know what I'm saying?
My specific like specialty would be cabinet making.
Okay.
Right. That's our specific thing. That's just like what the company really is. But we do like contracting as well. Yeah. So like you come to us and be like, I need my basement redone. We have people that put up drywall. We have people that do flooring. We have people that do all that, and they work for us, and we subcontract to them. Yeah. So.
How much would it cost to do the basement?
That's what I'm saying. What else would you want done? You're gonna completely change all the walls and everything?
I don't know.
See, exactly. You gotta.
That's a good point. Maybe we're going too fast.
You're thinking way too crazy.
All I know though, for real. Like
why
to get back
why would you pay someone to sanitize
you're right.
it?
Nah, I was
strip
just
the floor and clean that
nah.
shit yourself.
Yeah, exactly. To be more serious, I was about to say. To be more serious, I've been said like the first step would have to be getting most of the big furniture out, stripping the floor, sterilizing the floor, making sure there's no like mold build up, and then just start working on getting the floor done. Once the floor's done, everything else is cake. Like as far as even like maybe like finding people like you. You know, Hispanic people.
Yeah, we'll get it done, bro. We'll get it done.
I could just also pull up to Home.
Why would you pick anybody else to build your house?
What do you mean, like race?
Yeah, any other race?
Maybe some white people.
Some white people will get it done too.
Yeah, white people
definitely would be a lot more expensive. That's the thing.
I might be a little hesitant if it was like a black or an Asian guy.
Asian people do good work, but they're more expensive than white people.
Yeah, but I also think they're cheap.
They're cheap.
They'll find workarounds.
They're gonna find their way around it. That's facts.
The last
I
people,
worked with a lot of Asian
previous
people.
homeowners of these people were Asian. And this back wall of that room was completely they did it. Like it wasn't like built in. It's supposed to be like an open floor.
This whole thing.
No, not this. The wall. What? Yeah. This whole thing, I guess. I don't know. I forget. It was years ago. This house was built in 1985. I remember that. We moved here in like 01, 2000.
Is that just, why do you know that?
I just remember someone being like, that wasn't part of the original floor plan.
No, why do you know that the house was made in 1985?
I don't know. I'm just
like
autistic.
Fun fact.
I think the power box, the circuit box outside, like the circuit board, has like the year the house was made, and I remember seeing it, and when I was a kid or something.
Sure, I got.
I just remember it being built in 19. So this whole neighborhood was probably like developed around the same time, obviously.
Bro, I don't think Javi's coming.
It's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind either.
We're 20 minutes in. Javi's been on. I was trying to figure out when was the last time Javi's been on. That's why I pulled this shit up too. Last time Javi was publicly on the pod was when he was drinking cereal with water.
That was it? That was the last one?
Damn, that was 2022. That was in December.
Yeah, we need Javi, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. He's supposed to be like the host. Call him one more time. Put it on speaker. Yeah, we gotta talk about current things in the world, man. The geopolitical system in the world and shit. Like I was kind of waiting for Javi for that, but we can start kicking it.
Wait, let's try calling him first.
Put
My hair looks fucking retarded.
Put it closer.
I don't care enough.
It's fucked up.
He said, "But I'll call you. Give me a sec." Anyways.
Trying to get Cameron Saunders on it. This is another thing we said we kind of try to do during pods is figure out like what else we trying to get on. Cameron Saunders. Trying to do some skits. I came up with a funny skit idea, bro.
What?
Last night. I should have wrote it down. It was something like... it was something about taking a shit. Like, you come into the room and you, like, dap everyone up, and one of the friends is just, like... You just dap him up on the... He's just taking a shit. And you're like, bro, what did... And, like, it's just normal.
You just walk in on your friend taking a shit?
No, he's just, like, doors open. He's like, what's good, y'all? I don't know, he's just taking a shit, hanging out with y'all, taking a shit. I forget why it was funny to me.
Why is that a shit?
I don't know.
That's disgusting.
May have been under the influence or something. When I thought that was funny.
Alright, I had a topic that I was gonna wait for Javi, but fuck it.
Oh, yeah, you did say you on it. What's up, man?
So, I guess I'll tell the story first. So, I had this dream. It wasn't recent. I just recently remembered that it was a crazy dream that I had, like, maybe, like, 6 months back.
Okay.
And it was like an Inception type shit, where like it really fucked me up, and it felt like it fucked me up for a minute. So in the dream, like basically I'm out with my family or some shit. Long story short, like my family ends up like all being like brutally murdered, and I get into like some crazy like fight with someone. I end up killing someone or like some crazy ass shit. But my whole family is like just murdered.
Yeah.
And then, like, I go home, and, like I said, this is a dream, so, like, there was no, like, cops or anything involved or anything. So, I go home, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm, like, walking around. This is still in the dream. I'm walking around my house. I'm like, damn, life is, like, different now. Nobody's here. And I go to sleep. And then I start dreaming again.
Yeah.
In that dream. And, like, in that dream, like, my family was back.
Yeah.
So like I thought like I had woken up.
Uh-huh.
And then so I was like, oh, my family's back and type shit. And then like
You were lucid dreaming for sure. Like that's some lucid dream.
It was some crazy shit. So like, and then I lived like a week or something like that, and then like I felt like I fell asleep one time and I woke back up to my family being gone. And I was like, fuck, I was in a dream, and like I was like, oh my god. And then I lived like a month in that joint. Like it felt like I'm like not necessarily I went through a whole month,
but like you processed it.
And I was like, so like I had already like understood that my family was gone, and like and then I was like really I was thinking about this dream in my dream like I'm bugging out like all right like so my family is gone, I'm just tripping myself out, and then I'm like all right so whatever, and then I wake up from my actual dream, so now I'm like actually awake, and I'm like oh shit like what dream is this? Like what dream is this?
You woke
in? You know
up
what I
and
mean?
you were really tripping out.
And yeah, I was really tripping out, and then I go upstairs and like all the cars are outside, but no one's home. And like for some strange reason that day like my family like got picked up by like my sister, and like they went to like a wedding or whatever it had been, like they were just gone for the day, and there was no one around, and like it was just like the weirdest feeling, and I was fully awake, but I just completely like I was okay with it, so I was like damn like this is just, and I went and I sparked it like I remember pulling up to like a spot where I sparked, and I like rolled up like 3 blunts, bro. And I was just sitting there like, damn, my whole life is just like I don't have family. Like,
wait, this is real life at this point?
This is real life at this point.
You really believed it?
Bro, like I was like I thought I was still maybe in the dream or whatever, or like
that's insane.
It was so trippy that I didn't know what to believe, right? So I just
that's insane. I've never had someone have like that.
So I was like, so I'm sitting there sparking like in my car, and I'm like, damn, like just hitting my J's and shit. And for some strange reason, like. None of my friends. It was like a Saturday or Sunday, and like none of my friends were hitting me up. Like no, but there was nothing happening on my phone. Like it was just so weird, and I'm just like, damn, like this is the rest of my life, blah blah. And I was just I felt like I entered like a depression, and then I went back home.
What
still
a
nobody
ass
home.
Dream.
But
you took like shrooms or something before doing that?
No, but it was just like a regular ass day. I don't even remember what happened.
I definitely be having
before.
like trippy lucid type dreams where I wake up and sometimes I won't even remember that day, but later I'll look back, I'm like holy shit. But I've never had a dream where
like Inception.
when I wake up I know I'm up, bro.
Nah, but that's the thing. I woke up like four times inside of that one dream.
You probably were like sick.
And it was all like different realities.
You already had like a fever, bro.
Nah.
Something had to be going on.
But then I saw my family. Like,
at what point did things
my
come?
family came home. My family came home, and I like, bro, like
it was
the most euphoric time. I was like, "What the? Where have you guys been?" Like as soon as I saw the car pull up type shit, or like as soon as I heard the door, I then realized I was dreaming, or like because
when you were awake though.
Huh? I mean, I then realized that I was awake. I then realized that I was awake, and I was so happy to see them. But I was like, I didn't want to tell them that I was tripping. I was just like, "Where have you guys been?" And they're like, "Oh, we had this wedding thing." And I was like, "Bro, like I was like, I've been out of it, bro. Like, is this still a dream? Maybe I'm still in that fucking dream,
you
bro."
smoked too much weed or something. Oh no, that's
that
insane.
Shit was crazy.
That is insane. That is insane. That makes me think of. I remember. I guess I have to tell this story to the. Wait, you have a question, or do you just want to?
No,
the way you came at. Oh, is that Javi?
No, it's my cousin.
Going on.
My cousin.
Yeah, I mean that's insane. You just remembered it. Is really it.
Yeah, but my question at the end of that was like, what was your craziest dream?
Oh, that's great that you. Okay, because I was already about to say it. This is insane. This is one of those things where I had when it happened to me. I looked at it as like, bro, God's real. I'm like, God's real. Because I do be having dreams like that, but I'll always remember, this was right after high school, right after I dropped out of Towson. And I'll always remember too. Fun fact, this is some random shit, but like I had that one little music video I did with that day. I remember I had that scheduled to do it. So, but before that, I'm about to do some name drops. Shout out Cameron Drennan. I was hanging out with Cameron Drennan at the time, and we were chilling and we were gonna smoke weed, and he was like, "Oh wait, hold on, my bad. The night before is my dream."
Okay.
So I had a dream where I was down here in the basement. I'm like 19 or 18 years old. I had a dream that I was down here in the basement and I had people over. Like all y'all were here drinking. And it was a good time. And then like the seniors when we were like freshmen or sophomores were at my back door trying to come in. And I was kind of like, dang, nah, y'all can't come in. Like, get the fuck out of here. And I'll always, and in the dream, do you know who Jong is?
Jong?
He was like a chubby Korean dude. He was like a senior when we were freshmen or sophomores.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, he played lacrosse, but he was like, oh, whatever.
That kind of sounds even
He like
more
lived in Maple,
familiar.
but whatever. In my dream, he's like gets in my face, and I mush the shit out. Like I push him out the door, and he like stumbles back, and I close the door, and like that was my dream. Like I'm in that dream that happening. So then the next day, I hang out with Cam Dredden, and he's like, yo, let's go to Johnny Folia's house, like his apartment or something.
Uh-huh.
So we pull up to his house, but I haven't seen Johnny since high school type shit. I'm like, oh, what's good, bro? And like this and that, and then Jong comes in. So we're like smoking weed, and I just remember I'm like young kid. I'm like, yo, John, like I just fucking had a dream, and you were in that shit, like on some like crazy shit. 'Cause, like I haven't seen him since like he graduated high school, like, years, and he's like drunk as he's like drunk as shit. It's like summertime during the day. He's like drunk, and he's like on some shit like Xans or some shit. I don't even know. But he, right as I say that, like right as he walks in, he's like, oh fuck you, like being like a dickhead to me, and I'm like, oh all right, bet, like. So we smoke and shit, and then. It goes by real quick because he's like, yo, Cam, let me get a ride home, John. He's like bugging him for a ride home, and Cam's like, I'm not trying to do it. And John goes in the bathroom, and Cam's like, I'm not trying to do it. And I'm like, well, then let's just dip now. Like, and we both like, we're like, all right, yeah, we just go and get in the car and dip off. And I'm not really thinking about nothing at the time, but like we get in the car, and John comes out running out to the car, and he has like a Mike's Hard Lemonade can. And I'm like, bro, just, he says something by the window, and Cam's like, I'm just not trying to take you home, let's go. And John's like, says some dickhead shit. And I'm like, bro, just back up. And he kind of like bucks at me, and I'm sitting in the car. So I smack his drink up in the air, and like I'm like halfway out the window, like, what, bitch, what? And he's like, bro, chill. And then I'm like heated, like I'm mad as fuck, and we're driving off. And as we're driving, like 30 seconds go by, I'm like, holy shit, bro, I just dreamt this last night. I'm like, holy shit, and I just start freaking out. I just remember being like, that's the craziest shit ever, bro.
You should have mushed him. You should.
I did, like I like mushed, like. I don't know if I pushed him. I just remember being like in his face while I'm sitting in the car, like out the window.
Imagine that would have happened like inside or something. You push him through the door the exact same way.
Yeah, but it was just crazy because like I haven't seen that dude in like years, and like they were just in my dream randomly.
Yeah.
That shit was insane.
Dreams are a crazy thing that like it's always like some weird shit like that.
I'll always remember the time I dreamt and I nutted in my pants.
I've never had a wet
It's the only time it's ever happened.
That's insane.
Senior year of high school. It was a school night.
Why'd you point? Was it
because I was sleeping in the basement, and I was laying on my stomach in the middle of the night. I just woke up to like, I mean, an orgasmic wake up, bro. That shit was insane. And I tried to go right back to sleep, and it took me a second, and then I like got up real fast. I was like, wait, no way that just happened, bro. Because my room was pitch black, so I get up and I go to the lights and I switch it on, and I just got like a whole nut like on my boxers, bro.
That's disgusting.
I'm just like, holy shit. I'm like, yo, that was crazy.
I
just went right back to sleep.
I guess maybe I just always wake up.
I told everybody.
Because I've woken up before where I'm like, I was like in a dream having sex or whatever. And I woke up and I was just like really like hard.
Yeah,
and
like,
I beat off. Yeah.
No,
well, I guess if I would have stayed asleep, that's what would happen.
I guess it's only happened one time, bro. I was laying
on really tired.
I was laying on my stomach. I know I was laying on my stomach when it happened.
That's disgusting.
Like I was laying like this. I was probably like thinking I was fucking someone.
You were probably humping the bed the whole time.
Dude, I told everyone at school the next day. Like, it was one of the coolest things ever.
True. I used to remember a lot more dreams, but remembering this crazy-ass dream made me lose the memory of, like, a lot of other dreams.
That's insane. It's like your brain's a computer type shit, so maybe it overdrove. I be having, ever since a couple years ago, like 2020, and I went to Ocean City with, like, Mike and all them. We had, like, a real nice beach house. It was, like, the first time we actually really did it. And it was so cool, bro, and it was so relaxing. Like, I'm talking about, like, I'm staying up outside on the balcony watching, like, listening to, like, the water. Like, watching the sun rise, watching the sunset type shit, like, all night. Like, on some chill shit. It was when you came.
Where?
You and Darius came. You were there. You fell off a bull.
Yeah, Ocean City.
Yeah. Fucking.
Were we recorded?
Yeah. It had a funny thing where
Whatever
I pissed.
happened to that
It's
video?
on my shit.
Yeah, you pissed on the camera.
It's, like, on my Dropbox. Not on the camera.
Wait, where did you pee? Just like
up in the air. But ever since then, like, and it's kind of slightly died off like this year, but it was like 2 years. I swear to God. And I would have like pretty much lucid dreams every night. Like I'd remember them most of the time, and they'd actually vivid. They were every day, bro. My dreams were in a setting where I was at a beach or like on a vacation, and all of them were like all y'all were there. Like Mike and there's just a central town, like, you know what I mean? And it's like usually in my brain I think it's Ocean City because a lot of time I'm trying to hide from the cop or something, or like I gotta get in my car, or I'm like drunk or something and I gotta like get somewhere, or like I fucked up, I gotta figure some shit out. But it's always in that setting. And I was like, bro, it was crazy. Like something had to happen in my brain, like such a relaxing thing. Like it was a good thing that like that's like a safe space or something. I started dreaming of it like every night. I'm in that setting.
Yeah.
That shit was cool. Like I would say that to everyone. Like at work, I'd be like, bro, I be dreaming the same. I'm in the same place in every night in my
That's
dreams.
weird.
It was weird as fuck. It's never
How
happened.
long did that go?
Bro, like it still kind of happens, but like it was like frequent for like a year and a half, like from 2020 into almost 2022.
I don't really dream like that ever.
I dream all the time.
I don't.
I had a
at
dream
all.
last night.
But when I do, they're like insane.
I had a dream last night that last night I was like on a vacation thing with all them, and Eve was there, and I got in a big argument with her, and I woke up in the middle of the night last night like angry at her, like for a second I was like, oh shit, I was dreaming.
I've woken up crying before.
Woken up laughing. I never woke up crying.
That's weird.
I've woken up
that's
laughing.
Crazy.
I wake up laughing more often lately too, since I got so big into comedy. Like I'll be going to sleep and I literally will wake up going like, yeah, that was fun, and I'm like, wow,
what the
wow.
fuck?
I'm like, in my brain I just be like, oh, something must have been funny in my dream, and I went back to
That's
sleep.
weird. I wake up like in a
Funny shit be happening in my dream. I remember like in my dreams I'll like say some funny shit. I'm like, oh, that's a good joke in my dream, or I'll like rap. I'll be freestyling. I'm like, damn, I'm killing shit, and I swear I'm actually thinking of things that actually rhyme. You know what I mean?
The subconscious.
But it probably
is so
doesn't make
insane.
sense. Like in real life, if you probably watch it, I probably am like gibberish, right?
The subconscious is so crazy, right?
Yeah, your brain's insane. Like
imagine if you could switch, if your regular conscious right now would become your subconscious, and your subconscious would be like your conscious, and you'd be like that'd be like reality.
That's like the theory of
How much more advanced would you be? I feel like you'd be like on God level.
Yeah, you'd definitely be super. There'd be no reason to make mistakes, right? You'd be on top of everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you'd be so self-aware and
I feel like you'd be able to like levitate
aware.
shit.
Yeah, you'd be aware. What is that?
Damn.
Maximum recording time.
Did that just happen?
I deleted so many things. It's recording. How much minutes are left?
No, that was the 30-minute mark.
Oh, okay, we're good. I thought now that we see the
But
message,
did
we just
did it just do that? I just looked.
It don't
at
matter. We got audio the whole time.
Oh yeah,
We'll figure it
you're
out.
right.
Hope
What
not.
were you saying?
That what you just said kind of is the theory. It's like I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. I saw half of it. It was everything everywhere all at once or whatever. That's the theory of I don't know the real term of it, but it's the same as like parallel universe theory, but it's about consciousness jumping, where you can jump from different universes of your parallel self. The movie's OD. I watched half of it. I got
it. Just won like hella Oscars and shit.
Yeah, it's all about like in that movie, it was like you got to do something outlandish that you wouldn't usually do, something that's very, very random to jump into a different universe to your other consciousness. So, for instance, like she'd be like kill someone, find a piece of gum under the table and start chewing it. Like you wouldn't ever do that, but you do it, and it would spark a specific pattern to the universe, or it'd be like convince someone that you love them. Like she's fighting this person, and she's like, tell your lover in the middle of fighting her. If you tell your lover, you'll be able to jump to this place and learn how to do kung fu because you learned kung fu in this universe, and then you can bounce back. So now she's fighting her. She's going, listen, I love you, and then there's like what? And then right as the person goes, what? She jumps to this other universe where she knows kung fu, develops the learning of kung fu, and then somehow probably does the same type of thing, like jumps back into this universe and just starts wah 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 wah. Like that's the theory. It's pretty fucking dope.
But what does that have to do with the subconscious?
When you said jump, you said like switch. I immediately thought like switch of a different parallel universe's consciousness.
Okay,
you're just you're picking something up from your brain.
I gotta watch that movie. That shit sounds crazy.
It is fire as fuck, and some Asian shit, low key. Not the theory.
Asians been killing it with the movies lately.
Yeah, ever since like I remember like 2018, they started talking about like Asian people don't get representation in movies.
What was it?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Nah. What was the one that?
I didn't like that movie.
The Human Centipede.
That wasn't an Asian movie? Was it?
What's the actual one? Moon something.
Oh, like what? I didn't know that there's a movie.
What's the one that won? Like one of the first Asian films that like won like an Oscar when it was all in Asian.
All in Parasite.
Parasite. When was that?
2020, 2019.
That's what I'm saying. That was right before the virus, bro.
That's Korean. Parasite was
Y'all are all the same.
You're just saying some fucking ignorant shit.
No, but you corrected me to be like that.
So like you're Mexican, in that theory?
No, we'd be Hispanic. You'd like y'all are all Asian is what I was saying.
You didn't say Asian.
I didn't say Chinese either.
You said COVID.
Yeah, but you assumed like.
So you saying we're all together?
Yeah, you guys are all one people. We're all one people.
Japanese and Korean people don't fuck with me.
I have another thing for the fucking.
Say it.
One time, I was watching this video of this Rastafarian, and he was like, he was saying like, we're all one people. Like, he was like, if you were to like pour water into 4 different cups that are all a different color can, like you would think that they're different things until you tasted them. Blah, 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 blah. He said some deep ass shit, and the guy's like, yeah, he's like, you have to believe, like you can't believe what you know, because if you know it, like.
There's no way.
You can't believe it. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that.
You've seen this video, right?
I have seen that video.
So I was thinking about it.
That part was true.
Yeah.
Like, if you believe it, no, yeah. He's like, do you know it? Do you know it, or do you believe?
Yeah, like,
in
do you know? Do you believe in your
real?
parents, or do you know your parents?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I know my parents. Yeah. So all that bullshit,
Yeah.
and it was like really deep and everything. And I was thinking about it, like we take that from, like only a Rastafarian can say those words and have it be some deep ass meaning. Because if it was any other, like if it was like a white dude with dreadlocks, like sitting like just in the middle of like a town square saying that shit, you would think that motherfucker is like batshit crazy.
Most people, yeah, you're right.
But like since it's a Rastafarian,
it's
like okay, yeah. Like yeah, he's definitely on some.
Well,
shit.
people should try to not be that way.
I guess, yeah, but
do you? Because I don't know. Maybe I'm being very like wrong and like trying to act. I don't know. I feel like I don't think that way. I mean, I probably would, in a humor standpoint, for sure. I see a dude.
I wouldn't listen to him. That maybe,
you don't think you'd listen to him? I would listen if I seen a crazy person in the middle of the road. I'm definitely listening to crazy people. I open my ears. I'm like, let me listen to what he says. And if he says something crazy or not so crazy, I'd be like, that's not that crazy.
I feel
like I'm the type of person.
I've talked to this. That's another crazy thing that like kind of has to do with dreams, but it wasn't a dream. This is like a reality thing. That I was watching like some like video about like this got into like YouTube rabbit hole about like the Anunnaki and like the fucking the government is full of lizards and you know all that shit. The first
thing you said, but the lizard thing.
Anunnaki is like the people that actually supposedly run like the global the interstellar like ordinance or whatever you would call it.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, like that, they're like the gods. But like it was like some crazy shit like that. Where I was watching videos of it, and I was like, damn, I was really, like, fucking convinced. Like, not convinced, obviously, but I was really like, damn, like, that's a possibility. We never know. And then that day, I'm, like, taking out the trash at my shop. And I had to have been, like, 14. I think I had to have been, like, 14. And I was working, like...
Wait, you watched this when you were 14, or you're telling me you watched this recently?
No, I watched this when I was, like, 14.
Okay.
Yeah, So that same day or like the next day, I was like taking out the trash at the shop, and I was like taking it into the dumpster. I'm like pouring and shit, and then like this guy, like this random dude, was just like walked by, and he was like, "Hey man, and like he just said like just some like regular shit that like you would say around a shop, like I don't know, like just talking shit." And I was like, "Yeah," we just started laughing and shit, and then he was like, "Hey man, like you seem like a good guy." I don't know how we got onto it. But, like, I was like, yeah, but it's crazy. I just watched some YouTube video last night about some, like, crazy shit about, like, the government. Like, people motherfuckers saying they're aliens and shit. Like, I don't really believe that shit, but, like, that's just crazy. I don't know why I brought that up. And he was like, wait, what'd you say? And, like, he, like, got close to me. And, like, not close to me, but, like, he definitely, like, took another step closer. And he was like, hey, man, like, nah, that shit is real, bro. Like, and he told me a whole story about, like, how he was in the military. And that, like, he, like, worked on, like, some top-secret missions and all this crazy shit. And the whole time I'm listening to him, and I'm like, juggling between two realities. Like, if this motherfucker is telling the truth to, like, the shit I just watched, like, maybe he made the fucking video or whatever. I don't know. But, like, he knows the same shit. Or, like, the other thought that I had, not that he's crazy. I was like, what if this motherfucker, like, really did live another life? Like, and, like, now, like, maybe the government had, like, a fucking weapon that they, like, shot him with that, like, his consciousness went to, like, a homeless person. And, like, this body's just dead. Like, I don't know. Like, I was like, so he has, like, a whole nother life he lived or he saw some shit. Or maybe, and then I thought, like, maybe that's what, like, crack is. Like, maybe crack takes you to, like, another dimension where you actually live, like, realities and shit like that.
See, that's more what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I feel that. Crack,
but it was crazy.
Crack is not whack.
He told me the exact
crack takes you back
same
to the
thing.
future.
But he told me the exact
is
same
back.
thing and like stories that like alluded to exactly what I was hearing, and I was just like, bro, like, I was tripped the fuck out, and then I realized that like I saw him maybe like a week later, and I was like, oh, okay, this guy is definitely a crackhead, because like he was just like chilling.
This time
like,
he was junkied out.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
looking kind of crazy, and I was like, damn, I really listened to this motherfucker, bro.
I trusted you, Donnie.
Yeah.
I trusted you.
That shit.
What if he looked at
hilarious.
you and he had like reptilian eyes?
Bro, I remember believing him, but I was really young. I was impressionable.
Ah, man, that makes me want to think back. Like, did I ever... I mean, like, I love watching conspiracy theories things, but I don't know. You know the FBI came to Mark?
For what?
You didn't know about that?
For
I think Mark doesn't mind me telling this.
for
He won't know.
gambling.
He doesn't watch the pods. No, bruh. But I swear to... So he was working, and at Caroline's house with the kid, 2 people knocked on the door, and we're like, we're blah, 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 blah. We're with the FBI. We need to talk with Mark Ramey. And for one, like, Mark's house address isn't even publicly that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not posted. So, like, it's weird, but they're the FBI. So then she's like, he's at work, I'll call him. She calls me, she's like, yo, the FBI is here looking for you. And Mark's like, shit, like, I'm at work, like, tell her. And then they give him a number, and they text him or something. So the guy's texting Mark, like, I'm with FBI, and tells him, like, we just need to meet with you and talk to you, blah, blah, blah. And they may say, like, you're not in trouble or something. Mark goes, all right, I'll meet you at Panera Bread. Like, they meet at Panera Bread.
Mhm.
So then Mark called me, like, this night and told me this whole thing. And while he's telling me this, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because that shit's scary. For one, I would have been like, fuck no, I'm not meeting you. Or maybe I'd meet you, though. I'd meet him.
You'd have to.
I'd meet him.
Yeah, you'd have to.
But it can go different ways at this point. So Mark meets them at Panera Bread. He says it's like this one dude, he's an investigator, like FBI, and the girl, there's a girl, and she's like forensic something. So they're like, they basically tell Mark this. They're like, they opened up a cold case about a murdered baby in like, somewhere in Pennsylvania or West Virginia, like somewhere, I think it was Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
And she's an anonymous baby from like the 80s or 90s or something like that, and they call her like Baby Abigail or something. The case has just been reopened, and they've been doing like DNA, family tree, like investigations, and it came down to where there's no question that the baby is related. There's like a 99% chance the baby is related to Mark's father's mother's side.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, so like based off that tree, there's only a few. There's like your father, who's Mark's dad passed. It's like you or Sam, his brother. We can really get DNA from, and Mark did say like some shit like, oh yeah, like my father's mother did like end up having a second family like up in Pennsylvania, and they're like, oh, we didn't know that. That's great. Like, we need this, and then they're like, will you submit your DNA right now, like a cotton swab? Like, will you submit it right now? Are you willing to submit the DNA right now? No, Mark did that shit.
He did it?
Yeah, so Mark did that shit. Mark said, right as Mark told me this, I go, you did it, bruh? I was like, Mark. I'm like, you know the FBI be lying to you, bruh. Like, that's what I said to him. I was like, FBI be lying, dog.
What else would they?
But he said, like, nah, they were, like, they told me, like, they legally have to explain how he's not in trouble for this. Like, there won't be any criminal thing against him.
That could also be a lie.
That also could be a lie. It's the FBI, bruh. They are allowed to lie.
But that's what I'm
The
saying.
CIA and the FBI are allowed to lie.
Why?
They're allowed to break laws.
Yeah, but, like, what else? Why would Mark be on some
I don't
shit
know.
that the FBI would
It don't matter, bro. I wouldn't fuck with. I
wouldn't do it. Yeah, just
I
off
would
the
say no.
Actually, I don't know.
I'd say no.
That seems like a grave enough story. They convince me off some, because you're telling it to me and it sounds kind of like
I
it
hit it on
sounds
the head,
heartwarming. But like if an FBI agent who's trained in that show is telling you like about a baby that died and shit, you'd be like, damn, hey, I got you. Like, I'll help out.
No,
sure.
I wouldn't. I'd be scared.
They're trained in that
on
shit,
everything
bro.
too. You know what else I'd do? I think I'd call my pops. I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna say no, bro, but I just want to read this by you, and I want to hear. And you know what's funny is because I told my dad right after, like, and as I'm telling the story at that point, my dad's like, no. Don't do it. My dad's like, tell him he's fucked. He's like, he's fucked. He's like, Mark's fucked.
The rest of his life is over.
My dad, I mean, that shit's real, bro. The FBI is fucked up, bro. They're the ones who killed JFK and shit. I don't know. I'm not an expert behind it, but I've listened to podcasts or two.
The CIA.
Oh, the CIA and shit. They're behind killing a JFK.
The CIA was actually like.
It just became record like this year too, right?
Yeah.
So
not like. Well, it's been It's
but, like,
been theorized, but now it came on record like maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but it wasn't the JFK one. It was the MLK assassination.
Oh well, the JFK too, bro. I'm telling you. They just
Have you seen, bro? You're saying geopolitical shit. Have you seen the shit about the
Ohio?
No, the January 6th, the
Oh yeah,
storming the Capitol.
yeah, about the
that shit's
cops were
crazy.
literally trying to open doors for him.
Exactly, and it like
it doesn't matter anymore. They posted a year later. Everyone it's kind of blown
exactly,
over.
But it's just
that one
crazy
guy's been arrested. He's like the only one who was like legally prosecuted.
Probably just a scapegoat, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean that's what I'm saying. And he was the one that was being led around by the police.
That's weird. I don't know. That's
it
just
is
some
weird
shit. Like they just paint.
It's staged.
It is staged. Yeah.
I mean, it's staged. I mean, it's still It's still stupid, and the motherfuckers are dumb.
For sure.
But it's staged.
I don't know. That shit was insane though, because I remember when it was happening.
People already knew that.
All I would see, like the only videos I would see was just like some crazy shit, like motherfuckers breaking windows. But then you see that like they open the doors and like motherfuckers are walking in straight lines.
That does make it more fucked up.
Like, wait, what happened?
Yo, that does make it more fucked up that one lady got shot.
I don't even know about like
that lady. The lady got a lady.
Wasn't she an officer? Didn't an officer also get shot? Or officer? Was that the video of the black officer shooting through the window?
Yeah.
That we all saw and everybody laughed about it at the time.
That lady got shot. And at the time, I'm like, yo, you're a dumbass. And she still is a dumbass, but I was more so, like, on the side, like, yo, you don't, like, if there's ever a deserving cop killing a person death, it's, like, one of those. The cop was like, I'm going to shoot if you cross, I'm going to shoot, like, and she crosses, the only person that crosses her, and he shoots her. Like, I get that, but if she's aware that the cops are also opening doors for them and shit and letting them come in, that is fucked up. That's like a ref calling pass interference on one call and then never calling pass interference again.
Bro, it's weird. Like, I don't understand how they just paint like a.
It is weird. It's like
whatever narrative they want. They like.
Is that
Javi? Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it goes back to remember that story I was telling you about like racism with you could compare a monkey to a black person and also like white person.
Yeah.
That's like the same thing. Like if something happens and they could have really painted that as like, oh, this is for the left or this is for the right. Like. Yeah. Like, it's just however they want to fucking paint it, then you'll get those videos. The other videos won't come out until a year and a half later when nobody gives a fuck about it anymore.
It is kind of, it's
kind of so fucking weird.
It's like some dystopian shit, I guess. You just made me think. I just saw some. I don't even remember the joke, but I do want to bring it up. I saw a guy, a comedian. He was like, there was like a white audience, and he's like, y'all a bunch of fucking apes going nuts in here, like making fun of like monkeys. Like, you're like monkeys. And it was hilarious, bro. And I immediately started thinking, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's flipping the script.
Yeah,
calling the white people monkey. And the people were loving that shit. It was hilarious. I forget the joke, but I think it was more crowd work, just calling them dumbasses. Like, that shit was so funny. Yeah, I don't know. You know that, Ralph Barbosa, dude?
He's funny.
He's tough.
I like his comedy. I like how he's like so like
chill.
Yeah. So I mean, he doesn't make me like laugh out loud because he's so chill. Yeah. But it's always just like
yeah, he's a funny, cool dude.
Yeah, you know
delivery.
what I mean?
Yeah, like that one joke. He's like, yeah, like me. He's like, I love Migos, like the song "Call Cassin" or something. He's like Quavo, bro. He's like Quavo goes hard. He's like, I'll go around the world. I move a mile a minute. And he's like, when I'm sober, that shit's hard. So but when I'm high, I start doing the math. Yeah. He's like, mile a minute. That's like going 60 miles per hour. It's like, are you going speed limit?
Yeah, so why you rapping about the speed limit?
Yeah, that shit was funny, bro. I just seen that. I'm like, yeah, that shit was some funny shit. Yeah, he's a new guy I kind of fuck with. Theo Von's podcast clips be so funny, too.
Theo Von's hilarious.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Have you seen the one with Funny Marco?
I don't know who Funny Marco is.
He's some new, man. It's just some guy off the internet. Like, he had videos where, like, he's the guy who kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily started, but maybe one of the first ones that blew up of, like, doing interviews in Walmart where, like, he would, like, on some weird shit, like, he would just walk up to someone and be like, hey, like.
Oh, Funny Marco, bro. Yeah, he's funny as fuck. The black dude.
Yeah,
he's funny as fuck. I was thinking of, like, a white kid.
No.
He was on Theo Von's podcast? He was
just on Theo Von.
That's hard.
And, you know, they're both kind of, like, the same brain where they just kind of say some wild
and they're, like,
shit.
both Southern, right?
Exactly. It was hilarious. They just would go back and forth, and, like, he'd be like, wait, you said you wanted to smell my balls? And Theo would be like, yeah, I mean, well, like, if you were to smell balls, like, that would take, like, a lot of cans of soap. Like, they would just go up, like, it was just stupid. It was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, that dude, Funny Marco, is funny. He'd just be saying stupid. It'd always be in, like, Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny as fuck.
Javi said he's, like, 20 minutes away from home.
Yeah,
we're gonna be done.
There's no reason. It's all right, because we're almost an hour in the pod already. We're 50 minutes in. Shit, we're almost in decompression zone, low-key.
Yeah.
Oh, I started a football team. Or not started. I'm on a football team. But, like, you're going to be soccer. I'll be playing football now. We got uniforms and everything.
Where?
It's, like, Howard County based. It's at Rockburn Park. All the games are at Rockburn Park.
Is it, like, tackle?
Nah, it's 2-hand touch, but it's, like, pretty official.
That's so gay.
Nah, it's just, like, 7-on-7s. Like, preseason.
That's gay.
Alright. You guys don't touch.
That's
you
gay.
play soccer.
That's gay.
play
But I can still
soccer.
slide tackle motherfucker and get a red card.
Okay, and I could still run through a fucking pass and deflect that shit and make him fall on the ground. Like, it's football.
No, bro. You're not tackling anyone. That's not football. You're not playing football.
You're not playing soccer.
I literally am playing, so there's no difference.
Yeah, but you guys are a bunch of terrible, unathletic old fucks.
Yeah, yeah.
This league be lit. That we running real routes and shit.
Okay, but there's good people in the league too. What
No,
do you
there
mean?
isn't.
Yes, there is.
Not you.
Definitely me.
See, why you gotta do that, bro? You got me all mad. It's like, no,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
mad.
It's just not football,
I'm not
bro.
mad, but
You
you're
said
being a
you were like,
dickhead.
bro, I do the same thing that you do. No, you don't even play 11.
I'm on a fucking athletic team. Like,
Is it 11v11 football?
It's 6v6.
Is football 10v10 or 11v11?
11v11. I
Is
don't
it
want
that?
to talk to you anymore about it. I thought it'd be. I hope you. Never mind.
Parish.
No, I was gonna say something like more specific and be fucked up about soccer. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I had to buy a knee brace, bro. I'm getting old. Like my knee really fucking hurts. Like I be getting a sharp pain when I pull that shit like back, like right there. Even when I do that, I got a sharp pain in the back of my knee.
You need to start working out.
It's been like 4 months. I do be working out, bro.
You need to start running.
I mean, I run a little. I play basketball. I play football.
You need to strengthen your knees, right?
I be doing free weight squats and shit to get at rehab, but I don't think it's better. It's been like 4 months. I think
How
I
much you
tore it.
squat?
I said free weight, bro.
What does
I
that mean?
I don't put weights on my back when I squat. Fuck out of here.
Why?
It's fucking stupid. If I did it, I'd do it once a week, and I'd probably go no more than like 185, bro. I wouldn't want to squat no big weight. That shit's so bad for you, especially if you're not a strong, trained weightlifter. Like I've done weightlifting, but I'll do deadlifts. I do deadlifts. Deadlifts are good. Like you can do deadlifts. I can do deadlifts. I've done some heavyweight deadlifts before. I've never squatted more than like 2 something for no reason, and I was like in high school doing that
This
shit.
is mine.
Yeah, I haven't touched it. You be working out? You be lifting weights?
Mhm.
You squat?
I don't lift weights like that. Like I go to the gym.
Yeah, I mean, I be lifting weights in my room, like benching, curls, shoulders.
Yeah, I squat. I
You
squatted yesterday.
What do you use? What do you do? Do you use a Smith machine? You use a real free weight?
245 plate. How much is that?
225.
225.
That's not bad.
And that's like easy.
How much you weigh?
235.
Oh, you should be squatting your weight, no question.
Yeah, I know.
See, I'm 150.
I never go to the gym
How
with
much can you
someone.
bench? I got to point. I bench 215.
I
was
bench
160
right now.
pounds, I
I
bench
bench like I think I've never done my max, but like comfortably, I definitely bench like 185 plus, which is like 45s and 35s, right?
Yeah,
I could definitely do probably one of the 245 plates.
no, it's 45 and 35 is 205, dog. Good job.
Well, then,
Yeah, you could probably bench 300 pounds if you got to it, bro.
but I don't go to the gym that often.
Bro, I was 150 get to 160 pounds when I was going heavy at the gym, and I got to bench. I put up 215 once. I could do 205 twice. Shit was insane, and like the feeling I got after doing it was actually pretty good. Like I
It
got
is a
up and I
rush.
was like, holy shit! I was like, I'm fucking strong. That shit was a good feeling. Right now I could probably only put up like 185 maybe.
Have you ever been to?
Yeah, I could put up 185, bro. That's 295 dumbbells. I could do 95 dumbbells.
Have you ever been to what's it called? Like one of those like powerlifting gyms?
No, my gym's pretty fire though.
But like you hear people like throwing weights around, like all that shit. Is it loud and shit?
There's some. It's
Lifetime's,
welcomed at my
Lifetime's
gym.
quiet as fuck.
Nah, Fitness Evolution's better. Is more a weightlifting.
Where's
centric.
that?
Where Gold's Gym used to be, on Laurel, on 198.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
By
just
the Duncan and
yeah.
the
Rugged Warehouse used to be. Shout out Rugged Warehouse.
Why are you naming all the old places instead of like the new?
Because when I was a kid, I
by the
loved.
bingo.
Now it's the bullshit. No, like Rugged Warehouse was the store right next to Gold's Gym, and Fitness Evolution, and then it closed down. Rugged Warehouse was tough. You never used to shop at Rugged Warehouse. All the discount clothes, bro. Like
I've never shopped for clothes.
Rugged Warehouse was
I
fire.
used to
Like,
wear Aeropostale till like high school.
Rugged Warehouse, you go in there, it'd be like stores that like had like their clothes got fucked up or didn't get sold. They'd sell them there for the low.
Damn.
It was fire. All my tough hoodies were from Rugged Warehouse.
What
You
was
get like
wrong with
champion
them?
hoodies. Sometimes like sleeve wouldn't be like it'd be twisted more naturally. Like when you wear it, it'd feel like you'd have to untwist it. There'd be shit like that sometimes.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I don't care. I love that store because you could find fire shit. You get a Champion hoodie, which is probably like $60 for like $15 or $10. It was like cheaper than Marshalls and shit.
No, I've never been there.
But it would be hit or miss. If you go in there sometimes, it'd be like nothing in there but like
Hit or
UFC
miss.
and tap out shirts. Like, you know what I mean? Remember that?
You be fucking with the UFC?
Yeah, I love the UFC. Lately, especially.
Doesn't who fights this weekend?
John Jones just fought.
Yeah, but I want to say like Adesanya fights this weekend.
Nah.
Or like in the next
Volkanovski
2 weeks.
might fight. I think Volkanovski might be fighting. Maybe. I think it's Volkanovski. I feel like it's a Volkanovski fight.
No, Usman and Leon Edwards.
Oh yeah, they're
bro, that's
rematching.
OD.
Yeah, it's OD. I was just watching their fight last night on YouTube too. Ironically, it's probably because they
just
suggested.
dropped
They're probably, the video on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
full
probably
fight,
why.
is
Yeah,
that
probably
what
suggested to me. That's why it just came out.
Who else
Yeah, I
on the
forgot
squad?
about that. Yeah, Leon Edwards fucking knocked him out with like a minute left, bro. That shit was insane.
He was losing that fight. That's what I'm saying. I think, Usman was gonna whoop his ass. Cause if Usman would have he could have literally coasted the rest of that round and not even stepped close to the motherfucker, and he would have won on the cards for sure. Decompression zone.
Yeah, we're decompression. I'm about to lock in an $86 bet for Duke to win.
Oh shit! Let me check on my shit. My cousin was he want to cash out on this shit, but his shit doesn't even get close to hitting, so it doesn't let you cash out. Damn, Illinois getting smacked, bro. I should have cashed out at 50. That shit at $3.91 now for the cash out.
Should have checked. I just stopped recording. Let's just get it last for 5 minutes.
Is that 30 minutes or is that the battery? Oh no, that's the card is full. Did you delete the Sophia shit too?
No.
You should have deleted that.
I couldn't because I haven't exported it.
Oh.
My bad.
True, we're just on audio now.
Well, Daniel, we got a new setup.
That's cool.
Javi, fuck you. Say no, my bad, bro.
This is the Fuck Hobby podcast. What are we naming this podcast? Let's name it right now. Toe tags and body bags.
Gavy. Toe tags and body bags. Why you say that?
What did we talk? Oh, a dream inside of a dream.
Oh yeah, Inception. We do some Inception. Podception. Oh,
Podception.
Podception. Yeah.
Stupid.
Alright.